Hello there, thanks for joining us on your incisive and informative program, Economy Today. Economy Today is an economy review program that brings to the fore the activities and operations of various sectors of the Nigerian economy, as well as their contributions to our growth and development. I am Zainab Obitin. Today's edition promises to be insightful and educative as we will showcase an exclusive interview we had with Aminu Gwadabi, the president of the Association of Bureaux de Change Operators of Nigeria, APCON, an organized body of professionals that provides solutions for foreign exchange earning transaction across the country. Also in the package, we will bring to you a one-on-one discussion we had with Ilesami Francis, the chairman and chief executive of Matpatson Petroleum Services Limited, an indigenous drilling engineering consultancy company with corporate resolve to train drillers that will positively affect the oil and gas sector. Stay tuned, don't go away.
In the annals of the oil and gas industry in Nigeria, one unrelenting and dogged operator in the drilling engineering consultancy organization, in spite of inclement operating environment, is Matpatson Petroleum Services Limited. Mr. Francis Ilesami, an alumni of St. Thomas Aquinas College, Akure, is the amiable and dogged chairman.
We also took some old people and some very young people. And we brought the young people to a level where they could work as drilling engineers before we released the old people. Old people meaning that people that started with their hands. And we now brought in young people who are starting with computers and their hands. So that is the offshoot of the Matpatson training that we have today. So those people that we train are still working today as consultants. So if we have trained people for ourselves, we should then, that are functioning properly, we should then be able to train people for others. And that is in line with the vision of the company, which I think you might be able to see on some of on our website, and then the mission. We are the only company that is a full-fledged drilling training company. I don't think there's another one. The difference is clear. Our training school is in the building of a warehouse where you have every drilling equipment. Every equipment that is used for drilling is there. We are not showing pictures from the internet. If we talk about any equipment, it is there. You can see it, you can touch it, you can smell it, and then you can talk about the engineering.
Driven by a corporate resolve to achieve results, the company carries out her operations with great passion. Mrs. Olubukola Okulaja is the Director of Training and Development.
It became a drilling and well engineering consultancy firm, which meant that we would drill wells from start to finish. Start means, you show us where your oil block is, you give us some subsurface information, and we evaluate that, and we begin to advise on, where to position this well, what the well design will be like, and get some geological people to reevaluate the information that has been given. And then we can, design the well, drill the wells, maintain the well.
A proudly Nigerian company, Matpatson deploys cutting-edge technology to improve its efficiency.
We are teaching drilling engineering, some petroleum engineering, and production engineering. And we don't have problem getting lecturers because they know us. We have some Nigerian professors coming from overseas to teach in our school. And we have some Nigerians, we have some expatriates too, that will bring in for some specific curriculum. But even as we do that, we also find some Nigerians that also understudy, who are in the same discipline, but just to see if there's any difference. So our contract with some of those people is that we have you for 1 year or a maximum of 2. Then we'll let you go, and the Nigerians will take over. So that's the plan. So do we have problem getting lecturers? I don't think so, because we have a lot of networking. The main objective of the training school is not really money. Is to have properly trained, competent people in the oil and gas country in Nigeria for drilling and well completion operations.
We say touch, taste, and feel. We do not teach the way that it is taught in the universities, which is by handout or just by PowerPoint. Matpatson has invested heavily in drilling simulators. I'll tell you, one thing people do not want are green people on the rig. Green means you have been employed and they send you to the rig. Those people are high risk on the rig environment. So here we have invested heavily in simulators that gives them the opportunity to get the rig experience in the classroom, touch whatever you want to touch, create different scenarios and solve the problems, so that when you go to the rig, it will not be a case of, I haven't seen this before. It will be a case of, irrespective of what comes their way, I have actually seen this before. And that will be the response of the people that live here once they graduate.
Leveraging on the top-notch training and experience of the team, standard is the watchword in all its operations.
The training of personnel required for different operations in the oil and gas sector is domesticated in Nigeria, and which also has a lot of financial advantage to the companies themselves and Nigeria. That the companies can then train more people than they would if they have to send them overseas. So from that point of view, on a national level, it's an excellent idea from Oil and Gas Association in Nigeria. Also, we can tailor our training to our own environment for every activity that is being carried out in the oil and gas industry.
We have added procurement services to the consultancy services we are providing. What that means is that yes, we have competent people to drill these wells. However, the equipment are not available sometimes in Nigeria, and most times we have to import this equipment. So we've added to what we do. We have all the equipment, again, to drill a well from start to finish. And for us, finish means the Christmas tree on the well, you know, and we hand that over to the client. So we have tools available to support 5 wells at any time, available in our warehouse downstairs. What we've also done as well, in addition to that, is we have launched a drilling and well engineering training center here. This is one of our classrooms where we are just now. What we do is, again, very focused training, not generic. It's all drilling, well engineering, completions, and production, which again is in sync with what we already do with regards to the operations and the tools available. So the benefit of this is it's like a one-stop shop. You know, if you want the well engineering services, we can do that for you. If you want to buy the equipment, we have them available. If you want training that is suitable for this particular kind of business, we also have that available. So within Matpatson, we have experiences that are unique and peculiar and important to the growth of this company. Whereas we all have a driving force, which is to maintain standards, to follow all policies that are available within Nigeria and those that are binding outside, and integrity as well, for the client to have that confidence that anything that concerns Matpatson speaks for itself.
Matpatson Services Limited prides itself of quality deliverables and international best practice. Foreign exchange is the exchange of one currency for another, or the conversion of one currency into another. Foreign exchange could also be referred to as the global market, where currencies are traded virtually around the clock. Those that participate in the markets include the central bank, investment management firms, forex dealers, amongst others. Before now, the Central Bank of Nigeria tried many methods to ensure there was convergence of the exchange rates, but it was not successful, and so in 2006, when all the prescriptions to checkmate the problem of spikes in the foreign exchange market could no longer be achieved, Bureau de Change was conceived to act in the official market. Aminu Gwadabe is the dogged and amiable National President, Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria.
Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria was established in 1999 to carry, among other things, stabilization of the exchange rate, liquidity in the system, ensuring that the critical needs of the end user have been met, like the personal traveling allowance, medical allowance, school fees, mortgage payments. Also, fundamentally, is to check the menace of incidents of fake currency.
Today, the association prides itself of uniformity in all her operations.
Apart from stability, uniformity, through our members, there is achievement of unified exchange rate in the system. Gone are the days where the multiplicity of exchange rate. We have almost 12 types of exchange rate in the system. But now, fundamentally, the parallel market rate and the BDC rate have converged at 359. This we have seen for almost 6 months now. There is, apart from the stability, there is also convergence and uniformity of exchange rate. All this goes to the activities and roles of our members.
Determined to render services with highest standard of efficiency and integrity, plans are on the way to sustain an institution to train operators for continued adherence to regulatory body rules and regulations.
We have just secured a name to register our institute with the Corporate Affairs Commission, known as Foreign Exchange Retailers Institute. So, and we are sure in the next 3-4 months, our consultants are working to come up with curriculum and syllabuses that we will use in that institute. We want to make it the #1. Yes, agencies like other agencies, regulators, we said, you know, we were always seen as roadside, and we try to create this awareness that we are distinct from the roadside operators. We have offices, we are licensed. So, and we're even going further than that. We're coming up with an institute, first of its kind, that is going to be run or created by the Association of Bureau de Change Operators. It's owned by Bureau de Change Operators. In fact, that institute, our vision, even treasurers of banks will come to that institute and gain retail foreign exchange operations and management.
The deed to achieve excellent service delivery have expectedly driven the association into creating within its systems and procedures solutions that help reduce operational expenses while meeting their objective. Aminu Gwadabe, the tenacious and dynamic president of the association, speaks more on their achievements.
We have about 4,500 bureau de change. First, in terms of size, we have grown the association to the fullest capacity. In fact, now, with due respect, honestly, it's been a challenge. Yes, it's a success, but you know, sometimes your success can become even a challenge. So that is a very big achievement. The most fundamental and main achievement is the convergence of the exchange rate. We have cooperated with the Central Bank of Nigeria, with security agencies, to ensure that we have achieved a strong stability in the system, a strong foreign investors' confidence, uniformity of exchange rate. Before, we have about 12 exchange rates. You see a gap, rent seeking. Why do we have rent seeking? You see a gap between the official rate and the parallel market rate of about 50-100 naira. Why can't I do rent seek? Why can't I do round tripping?
Presently, the association's operations are driven by a team of seasoned professionals whose expertise have endangered professionalism, competence, and speed. Mr. Oduma Cletus is the executive secretary.
Whatever job the staff do is being reported through my office. And to make sure the job is done as specified constitutionally and otherwise, my office supervises all staff. I am the secretary to the council, so I also do as the council bids. I keep records, I retrieve the records, and I make sure whatever the world needs from APCON, my office really supplies. And indeed, my office coordinates all activities with Central Bank, with EFCC, with FIRS, we deal with them. EFCC, I mentioned NFIU, and a lot of other government agencies.
Our members are very understanding. And once we tell them you have to pay your subscription by the beginning of the year, almost 90% compliance. Even though there's no way, you have to have some deviance. Some deviance, we know we have the carrots and we have the sticks. And they know if you apply the sticks, some of what they are benefiting from the effort of the association, they will be denied from getting that benefit. And that benefit definitely includes what brings food to their table. So that is it. So we don't have much problem in collecting revenue from them.
We have a platform where we relate on what is going on different zones. You know, like my zones cover about 70% of the total number of bureau de change in the federation, for about 2,500. Okay, in my zone. And you know, in Nigerian system, even when they want to test cash policy, it starts from Lagos. So Lagos is a kind of a testing ground for any policies to work. So the number is there. And whatever that is happening in Abuja, Kano, we have a platform where we monitor even the rates. What is rate doing? We have our www.bdcs.com, where it's a rates engine room to monitor the rates across the nation.
The digitalization of their operations bring to an end decades of manual filing of regulatory reports, enhances their global competitiveness, and raises hope of higher transaction margin.
When you come to us to buy, say, personal traveling allowance, we need to ask you your ticket, we need to ask you your passport, we need to ask you your visa. So all these documents that we receive from you to consummate that transaction, we have to send it to the Central Bank of Nigeria. That Oga have come in to my office, he buy $4,000 traveling allowance, and these are his documents that he has provided, his particulars, we make return. Before this activity, people have to leave their offices and come here to a particular point. Some have to even leave their towns, those outside in Port Harcourt, for instance. Those are in other, areas around Port Harcourt. They will live there, go to Port Harcourt just to sell returns. So we are automating so that people can do it. You can even do it in your bedroom.
You can sell a foreign balance. You are in Nigeria. You sell the one you have in UK. While the foreign note is the physical one, which we touch. Do you get it? The physical one you could touch is the foreign currency. Foreign exchange is the one at the bank. But ordinarily, all these businesses are described as foreign exchange business. I was being professional to touch that area. I'm a banker professionally. Right? So, foreign exchange is the name given to the whole market.
We are being proactive for ensuring that we want to be IT compliance. We are already into automation. And you don't do any business worldwide now without being technologically based. Otherwise, you are already out of the business in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. So we are already automated, and we are looking at a level whereby in future, 5 or 10 years, we will be a direct agent to some international monetary transfer organizations like Western Union, all the other ones by some of those banks, so that by then we will now even be looking at CBN that they should not bother, except where there is a need for them to intervene, where there is shortage of dollars. It will be directly coming, and people will have believe in that level of transparency. The public will have, the government will have, and those in the international community will have. So as at that time, we will now be practicing Bureaux de change in line with the standard worldwide practices.
Go to the licensed Bureau de change. It's part of the sensitization to the public that these are the accredited Bureau de change by Central Bank of Nigeria, and the measure is only to report to CBN or law enforcement agencies that look, and to create awareness to the public. For you to get your exchange right, you patronize the licensed one, which have a route. If you patronize any of our members, they issue you receipt, and if you have fake currency or any challenges, you report to the association. We pick up the member and discipline accordingly. But if you patronize the black market, tomorrow you go back to that same spot, you will not meet the person. So that's why we encourage the public, look for an accredited license, CBN license Bureau de change. Do your business there. They will get your details. Obtain necessary receipts of purchase or sales from them.
Given the Apex Bank's spirited effort to maintain exchange rate stability, the association is poised to eliminate volatility and uncertainty of exchange rates.
Part of the scope of that institute will be certification of those roadside hawkers, because you see they are obstacles and they have been there. We are talking of only 4,500 licensed Bureau de change. We have over 1 million unlicensed Bureau de change. So you can see their number, and their operation even predates Nigeria, predates Central Bank of Nigeria. They have been there on the street. That institute will look into their affairs, will look into their operation, and we bring them under. It's a mechanism we are bringing in, and then a structure that we are writing to the regulators so that we can get their certificate of no objection.
Owing to its linkages with every sector of the economy, APCON continuously demonstrates the potential to boost economic growth and stimulate social factors of an employment generation, wealth creation, and stable exchange rates.
Time flies. I know you are now better informed about the activities of these professionals who are proudly Nigerians and determined to play positive roles in the growth of this giant of Africa called Nigeria. Just in case you need to know more about this program and our previous episode, you can visit www.youtube.com/Economy Today on NTAI. On behalf of the rest of the crew, enjoy the rest of your week. I am Zainab Ubitin, signing out.